This was an unsavory person looking to basically line their pockets and get their fragile ego fed through fraud. Hey, Survivor! Welcome to episode 112 of the Vibrant Survivor podcast. In this episode, I want to share one thing that can change your life after narcissistic abuse. The power of boundaries. I know. It's hard. It's uncomfortable. It's my family member, coworker, boss, neighbor, friend, business partner. I get it. And I've been there. You know, in that relationally awkward space, feeling stressed, exhausted, not knowing who to trust, what to say, how to protect myself. But one lesson, administered twice in my case because, well, you know, toxic programming during childhood and poor boundaries, changed everything. And I'm going to share it with you today. But first, let's self-regulate with a 4-4-8 breathing exercise if you'd like. And I invite you to ground your feet and your seat. Maybe stretch a little, roll those shoulders back. And we'll inhale for 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 8. Ready? Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do you notice in your body during that longer exhale? Grab your notebook and pen, and let's dig in. Hey, Survivor! Welcome to the Vibrant Survivor podcast. Do you want to disconnect from a narcissistic or toxic situation and heal? Are you Googling how to identify a narcissist, narcissistic abuse, and boundaries? Are you feeling stressed and lonely while trying to avoid being sucked back in and lied to again? Hey, I'm Lesley. As a busy wife and mom, I fell for the lies and manipulations of narcissists. I wasted my time, talents, and money on users who kept moving the goalposts. I wanted real relationships and business opportunities and to enjoy life with my family. Instead, I struggled with anxiety, panic attacks, and insomnia, and I couldn't trust my body or anybody until I took a holistic approach to healing. In this podcast, you'll find tips for healthy living, trauma healing, and boundaries so that you'll have the freedom, confidence, and inner peace to respond, not react, after narcissistic abuse. Take a deep breath in, let it out slowly, and just relax. This time's for you. I remember a time when I was caught up in chaos, confused, stressed out, and doing too much to try to prove myself to a narcissistic individual who was actually playing me and others for a sucker. Supposedly, they had overcome this health crisis and were offering an inspiring opportunity to collaborate and change the world with a groundbreaking project. They also pretended to help me and the others, and, interestingly, facilitated most, if not all, of the communication between us. And when I was in the situation, I tried to avoid conflict and demonstrate my value by trying to avoid making the mistakes that others were making who were being suddenly removed from the group one by one and then blamed for their lack of compliance. What I didn't realize was that I was being lied to, like from the get-go, subjected to all this future faking, and pouring my best into a black hole that would never be filled. This was an unsavory person looking to basically line their pockets and get their fragile ego fed through fraud. Sound familiar? Not only that, but during the time that I was engaged with this person, I was paying a steep price. And that's what's hard to see and for others to get. My peace, my health, and my joy. But everything shifted when I discovered the power of boundaries. Yeah. Townsend and Cloud do a great job of setting up this analogy with boundaries being similar to property lines that are marked by figurative fences with gates within your community at large. And they distinguish you from other people. They show where you begin and end. And ultimately, boundaries are about protecting your well-being and creating space for your healing. And I've talked about this on the podcast. Boundaries are not punishment. Now, if somebody takes it that way, that's not your fault, not your problem. But it's not about punishment. I'll give you an example. I ultimately received a few tips from a few different people that the person that I was dealing with in this situation was a fraud. And at the time, it was really hard to hear on a lot of levels. And let's be honest, cognitive dissonance is real. What I learned was to take a step back and evaluate my situation. Stop entertaining the drama and chaos, and to go low contact initially by, say, for example, offering one-word responses or saying things like, I don't need to discuss this further with you, just send me the pertinent dates and a contract. In the meantime, I worked on doing my due diligence. And the silence in those moments was deafening. And that did the trick. But once I actually confirmed the con, I went no contact. And then I started healing. So setting boundaries isn't about just saying no to the narcissist. It's about saying yes to yourself. And it's the first step to rebuilding your health, your self-esteem, which is likely taking a hit, and your joy. Getting back to what lights you up, who you really are. Survivor, what's one small boundary that you can set today to protect your peace? It could be as simple as declining a call or removing yourself from a toxic conversation. Remember, dealing with a narcissist comes at a cost. But when you stop paying them, set boundaries, and heal, all is not lost. Thanks for tuning in. Healing is real, and you are worthy. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. The fear is real when it comes to processing your experience. I know you feel stressed and exhausted with a pit in your stomach at the thought of being sucked back in and lied to again. You feel like a horrible person for going no or low contact, like maybe I'm the narcissist. The fear, self-blaming, and shaming is something we all go through as survivors. I want you to understand that you're not alone and you're not crazy. Every person who's ever been in a narcissistic relationship has felt what you're feeling right now. If this resonates with you and you're like, I'm done with fear, I'm done playing small, I know who I am, and I am not the narcissist, I want you to say yes. Today's the day. I want you to go right now to closurecoachingsession.com and I want you to book your call because we're going to do this together. I'm going to hold your hand and we're going to overcome this fear so that you can begin a long-lasting journey of healing. Let's do this. If this podcast has helped you understand who and what you're dealing with, sharpen your discernment, and move forward on your healing journey, share it with another survivor. Help me help others by leaving a review for the show. And let's connect on social. Take a screenshot, share it in your IG stories, find and tag me at The Vibrant Survivor, and I'll share your post too. I look forward to connecting with you on IG and seeing you back here. You're not alone and you're not crazy. Know who you're dealing with, know who you are. Take care and I'll meet you back here next week. Bye-bye.